Hey, what's up? It's your boy L7. That's right. I'm here at the food distribution center right here. Now, honestly, to tell you the truth, I've been homeless before.
I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believed that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
I love to honestly, see organizations that actually give out the food. You'll see some organizations out there like, Red Cross, they get a lot of donations, but you don't see them actually, right, as being a street cat, you see some organizations actually, and I've seen Hungry Monk out here. This guy's one of the guys right here. They're really out there doing it. Salvation Army, give them props. I helped out in the food kitchen. Man, props out to Food Not Bombs, also another organization that actually you see on the streets actually doing the work. So actually, I met this guy. It's real cool. I'm gonna let him introduce himself though. Go ahead.
Hey, my name is Mike. I'm the executive director of the Hungry Monk Rescue Truck in Ridgewood, New York.
Okay, so Hungry Monk, yeah. Now the word monk is in it. Hungry Monk has actually an affiliation with the Benedictines, I saw.
Yes.
Is that Catholic?
Yes, so we are an order of Old Catholic Missionary Benedictines.
Just so you know, I'm actually Christian myself. A lot of people out there say they have certain feelings about religion, whatever. Yeah, to tell you the truth, religion allows a lot of people who are on the bottom to survive and to find another way to last another day. So if you're there sitting on some kind of ivory tower approach saying I'm so intellectual, try dealing with the difficulties of being rock bottom poor, having nothing to look forward to and trying to survive for the next day, and you might actually change your mind. Yeah, it's a very powerful tool to get past that. And honestly, if people here are doing the work, that's my hero right there, not some dude sitting in a desk and he's better than you because you know science. I know science too real good, and I'll put that up on anybody, yeah? But, we'll see what's up. So, big fan of the work that you guys do. I see you guys handing out the food, on a daily basis. Tell me a little bit more about Hungry Monk. What's the extent of, the work that you guys do?
Yeah, so the Hungry Monk started originally as a homeless outreach initiative where we brought food to pockets of street homeless in our community in Ridgewood and in Bushwick. That started in 2017 with an old ambulance that we refurbished.
Okay.
It started as work of our church, of our parish, as a ministry, and then we secularized it and formed a non-for-profit that was geared more toward working with food insecurity. So we still currently operate 75 homeless beds for vulnerable street population for men in New York City, and we're also looking to expand that, but at the same time, we're trying to tackle food insecurity in our community.
Okay. Do you guys get any funding from maybe from the city? Do you guys get any?
So we have a few small grants from the city. We also hooked up with City Harvest, and we're a shares sponsored from Trader Joe's. We have USDA partnership. We have partnership with a number of organizations, particularly now during COVID when we really ramped up our fundraising. Typically, we served only 200 people a week in a small food pantry here down the block, which is a mobile food pantry. Now we're doing about 10,000 families a week during the COVID incident.
I love that, man. Actually, it's my love in life has been an advocate for the homeless, stuff like that. Those communities that most people don't care about or forget. So the thing is that right now we know that the city council elections are coming out. We know that the mayoral elections are coming. And honestly, you guys can tune this channel. I'm trying to contact every single city council member, every single mayoral candidate. I'm going to ask them certain questions. Right now, we know that within the housing projects, actually a lot of them are being privatized. I don't know if you know about that, right? And actually, with the recent defund the police, a lot of money is supposed to be going into NYCHA, but that money could be captured by corporations or by private companies getting grants to create housing where it could be real problematic unless we really keep an eye on that type of stuff. That's a separate issue, right? But as in terms of a Hungry Monk, right, with the advocacy stuff, what can I do to really? What questions can I ask these candidates to make sure that certain lines that protect vital services like you guys that are out here on the street actually giving out the food, man? Actually, watch for yourself. I want everybody out there who's watching, right? Yeah, people blah blah blah. They got a nice fancy title. F all that, man. Go out to the street and see who's actually doing stuff. That's where the true essence is. So
one of the things that we're seeing here in Ridgewood is that Ridgewood and Bushwick have been pretty well taken care of in regards to food insecurity.
Okay.
In Ridgewood, we have food pantries operating basically 6 days a week, including ours. We've become sort of a mini hub where we help to support other pantries throughout the city. Throughout the entire COVID experience, we've done over 100,000 family contacts. So we were delivering to COVID positive patients, delivering to seniors at the beginning, making sure that they didn't have to go out in the community. We started on March 10th. Today's October 31st, so I forget how many days that is already, but we're We've been here for already almost 8 months.
What are the most
doing this
important
work.
funding lines and what are the most important resource lines to protect for a hungry monk?
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a certain city program that needs to be kept in place.
So the city
Go ahead.
currently has a new PFRED application for food pantries, which is a COVID specific kind of thing. But I think we just really need to continue to get food into our community. We're seeing neighborhoods that were hardly hit. I'm getting calls now from the South Bronx. I'm getting calls now from the Rockaways. They said they never had pantry. There was no food brought into their community. There's a dire need. We're trying to help support them. Today alone, we had 5 different distribution cars go into the Bronx and into Upper Manhattan. I think what's important is to see where the food need is really at. I'm glad you mentioned NYCHA. NYCHA has a tremendous need for food. We know that historically New York City housing has been poorly managed by the city of New York.
That's why they're privatizing it, because it's a big mess.
Yeah, it's a huge mess. And furthermore, we're seeing that the food is just needed. It's not getting to the right places, I'm proud to say that in our community, we've been able to hold up this community and make sure they get a lot of food. But, Ridgewood historically is like a lower middle class neighborhood. And so I definitely think that we can do a better job getting food into other places.
How many locations do you guys have?
So here in Ridgewood, we have 2 pantries that we operate, one at Woodbine and the one here at 867 Cypress.
Wait, is Woodbine also you guys?
Yeah,
Woodbine Collective?
1882 Woodbine, yeah.
You got. I'll put some footage in here. They have lines going around the block.
Yeah, so
around the whole block.
We support
Serve
that
a lot
pantry
of
at the
people.
Woodbine. That's our major partner here.
right.
We also share with other local pantries, and then we've kind of created 7 smaller satellites throughout the city. We're focusing hard in Corona, Woodside, Elmhurst. We've been at Left Rack City. We've been in the South Bronx with AOC, who has been a tremendous supporter of our work and has helped us raise money to bring food into her constituency.
Now, I'm actually from the Tulsi community. There's some little bit of people Tulsi complain about AOC, but honestly, for all the haters out there, AOC is actually doing real work. So honestly, right, you considering and you guys have some legitimate complaints about AOC, but really, if people on the streets getting fed, that's priority number one right there. So I get it. Assange is an important deal right there. We can't forget about that. That's true. But people in the end, we gotta provide the support to, I love AOC once again with her crew. We had some people work on disability, to help disability get onto Jamal Bowman's platform. So that's some cool stuff right there. The most, right, if she's caring about the homeless community, you got my support. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect.
I personally and our organization definitely is non-political. We're I have no political alignments, no political affiliations.
If you're Republican helping out the homeless community, I'm with you.
Yeah, personally, I let the politicians know what's up. I said, if you're not with our people, then you're against us, and we don't have any time to waste. So, we're on the street, we're on the ground, we're working hard. We have acquired over 100 volunteers, mostly from the community, men, women, trans people. I mean, you name it. Everybody has come out of the woodwork, younger people, older people. We have volunteers in their 70s.
I'm so glad you said that, right? Because even if you're trans, right, you heard this is a Benedictine organization. There's no discrimination here. On the streets, man, you don't judge because you don't get to be higher than someone else and say, I'm too good to get your help. You need the help from anybody. So you don't draw those barriers up. You get what I mean? So
we've definitely become, not only have we been a resource for the community, but we've also been a resource for the volunteers.
Yeah,
a lot of our volunteers come and are able to take food home for themselves, support their families. We're able to maintain their mental health during this time of crisis. So we've really become an organization that's just kind of flourished from this tiny operation that started in a church, and we've grown into this kind of conglomerate thing that's just out here to help people. That's all we want to do.
How did you become executive director?
So I was at the time of the forming of the Hungry Monks. It's a long story how we got formed. It was kind of by accident. I was up in Rhode Island for ordination of a bishop. I met a lawyer from Brooklyn who said he wants to give back to the community. He grew up in Bushwick, where I grew up, in Williamsburg area. He sent us our first truck as a donation. He incorporated us, and he kind of de facto just made me the executive director. So that's how that started.
Cool, man. That's really that's an inspirational story. I will be around. I'm super busy doing all this other stuff, but honestly, for all those elite politicians out there that sometimes show up for little photo ops and stuff, come here on the low. I would like to see some of y'all city council people running for city council engage with these, because you can't know, right? If all you surround yourself is with people like media, press people, or consultants, you cannot really understand what's going on the ground, right? If you've never been on welfare, you don't understand where those programs are broken. If you don't actually interact with homeless people, you don't know which programs are actually servicing them. I do, because I can see it on the street. People like my man Mike right there, yeah?
One thing for the politicians, if you come here, we do not allow photo ops. If you come here, you have to give at least 30 minutes of your time, real work. You have to get on the line, you have to hand out a box. So don't come here thinking you're gonna take a photo with us. It doesn't happen.
Word up,
Everybody
man.
gotta work, yeah.
Hell yeah, all them fake ass stuff. We know, we already know what time it is, man. You know what I mean? Turn your back the other way. We've been ripped off hundreds of times. Get out of here. You know what I mean? What up, man? So, how can people get involved with Hungry Monk? What's like?
If you're interested in volunteering, you can just fill out our contact form on our website, hungrymonkrescuetruck.org. You could also check out our umbrella organization, Monkworks, which is with our homeless outreach work. It also has information on our COVID response, so that's Monkworks, works with an X, W-O-R-X, monkworks.org. Check us out, get involved, shoot us a message. We have plenty of volunteer opportunities. We need drivers, we need people who do social media stuff, we need people who do tech, who have tech experience to help us with other stuff. So if you want to get involved, just give us a call, reach out to us, and we'll get back to you and bring you on.
Cool. I've been part of the Tulsi community, Yang Gang community. What's up, yo? Are you guys gonna show up and prove or what? You know what I mean? You guys talk about changing the future. Here's an opportunity right here. I'm definitely, volunteering with these people just because that's close to my heart. Yo, thanks a lot, man.
All right, man. Thank
Yo,
you.
what up,
Thanks,
man? We need
man.
people like this. You know what I mean?
Thanks, yo.
People want to talk about celebrity stuff like that. You know what I mean? Man, this guy's a celebrity to me.
Do
That's
good,
for real,
do
man.
Good, do good.
God bless.
Peace.
Thank you.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
We are
words
on all
is
the major
beyond
platforms.
doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.